Hey y'all, welcome back to Our Hands, Our Homestead. This video we will be talking about how we started our journey from living in the city to becoming homesteaders. We took a leap of faith, believed in God, and got things done. We moved to our property with absolutely nothing. And when I say nothing, I mean no water, no electricity, nothing. So let's get right to the video so you can see where we started and where we are now. When we first bought the property, it was heavy equipment, machines on the property to dig our water lines out. We didn't have a road. We drove on the middle property so we could get to our property. And this is the middle property. As we got to our property, it was full of mesquite trees. Whatever tree you could think of, in my opinion, is what was on this property. We didn't have a riding lawnmower. We didn't have a bobcat. We didn't have a shredder. We didn't have a tractor. We didn't have any of that. So what do we have? A push lawnmower. Coming from the city to the country, everybody in the city got a push lawnmower if you got a yard. So we had this little bitty old push lawnmower that we used to push a trail all the way down to the back of the property so we could actually walk the property. Once we pushed that small push lawnmower from one end of the property to the other end of the property, we was tired. It actually took us probably 2 days to get from one end to this end with this push lawnmower so we could create a path. When I say teamwork made the dream work, it did. We rotated. Bobby started, then it was Dee, then it was me, and y'all know it was a few years ago, so Asia was a lot smaller. So we helped Asia, and she did a part of cutting it too. Then once we got from the road to the back part of the property completed, we moved on to the next back part, which is the part going all the way down to the creek. So once we got that back side of the property cut, when I say backside, I mean all the way from one part of the property, meaning here, all the way down towards the creek. We got that cut also with a push lawnmower, and it was a cheap lawnmower from Walmart. I'll see if I can find a cheap one on Walmart so you can see just what I'm talking about. Once we got that cut, and it took us probably, y'all, 4 days, 3 to 4 days to cut that. And we was out here from the time we got off of work till nighttime. And when I say the mosquitoes came out, they came out and they wasn't coming to play. So we tried our best to get the work done so we could get back in our vehicles and get back to the house. Next, a few of our friends and family members came out to help us clear just a small section so we can bring out our RV, put on the property so we can come out here and eventually live. Our lease still wasn't up yet in the house, so we had to finish our time out in the house. We wanted to make sure the RV was 100% in place and ready when our lease was up so we can move into the RV. We'll start packing things up in the house, bringing stuff to the RV, to put inside the RV. We sold all of our furniture just because we didn't have room for it. And we didn't want to pay for a storage as well. We started selling furniture, and there was a few things that I wanted to keep, like our mattresses because it was brand new, our bed because I handmade my bed, and my son's bed as well. Deasia had bunk beds at the time, so we knew she was going to grow out of it, so we sold that bed as well. So we were packing things up, moving things to the storage, and moving things to the RV. Our lease was up. We was getting the last things out of the house, bringing them to the homestead, bringing them to the RV. Our horses are out here. We're not paying stall fee to somebody else. So next was just us to come to the homestead. Were we nervous? Yes, we were nervous. So we all come out here. We were having fun, barbecuing, just the whole nine, because it was like our first night at the homestead. Then night came. It was completely dark. When I say dark, I mean dark. My small family was inside the RV. We were watching movies, enjoying our night. We heard coyotes. This is something new. We heard other dogs barking because we didn't have a dog at the time. It was just us. We had the little 5-gallon jugs of water that we were using temporary till we found some big old water totes to bring to the property to supply us with water. Now, let me remind you that we didn't have running water at the time. We didn't have electricity either. We was hauling water from the county twice a week till we was able to get another water tote. Once we got 3 water totes, we was hauling water once a week from the county to the homestead. And let me give you an example of how we was doing it. So we was taking 1 water tote, going to the county, filling that tote up. We was doing it like on a Saturday morning, filling that tote up, bringing it home, using a water pump, electric water pump, not a hand pump, an electric water pump, emptying that tote that was on back of the truck into the tote that was by the RV, then going back to the county and filling it up again, coming back, emptying the water for the horses. And how we was doing water for the horses is when we first got the water, we would fill up their barrels. Once their barrels started getting low, we would have a reserve of water. We was using buckets. We was filling up the buckets, 5-gallon buckets, carrying it to their barrels and putting water in their barrels. Sounds fun, right? A lot of hard work. So if you're interested in doing something like this, think about it hard. Talk to your family about it, or if you're getting into it by yourself, think about it. It's going to be a lot of hard work on just you. But if your family is committed and you are committed, then I think y'all can do it. So then, after we started hauling the water for months, I told Bobby, I'm tired of hauling water. It's time for us to get our water line connected. And when we got our water line connected, our water line costed us about $4,500 just to get it turned on. That's not including the PVC pipes. That's not including digging the trail, digging the trench to where you want the water line to go. That's not including the glue. So we had the water turned on, but we didn't have any plumbing hooked up to it. So what did? We ran water hoses from the water meter all the way to the RV. So we had running water at the time. Thank God. Have y'all ever ran a water hose in the summertime and touched the water as soon as it came out the hose? Talk about hot. So there was no need for us to turn on the hot water heater because the water was scorching when it came from the water hose to the RV. Hot showers, boiling water, that's all you needed was the water hose. As soon as you get in the shower, turn on the cold water. The water is extremely hot. So you have to let it run for a little bit just to get all that water that was in the water hose out because it was extremely hot, y'all. That's the summertime. Then the winter. We eventually went to Home Depot, y'all know as my favorite store, to go get PVC pipes to run our water line. We got the water line ran, we had everything connected, but the only thing we didn't have was the water line under the ground. We didn't have the proper tools to trench the water line, so we ran the water line on top of the ground and was going to eventually put the line in the ground. And if you're from Texas, y'all remember that hard freeze we got? Once that hard freeze went away and that snow that we got went away, we checked our water line, and when I say almost every PVC pipe that we had on the ground busted. So now we're scrambling in Home Depot trying to find PVC pipes just like everybody else, and we only found so many. We were short 1 PVC pipe, and guess what we used? electrical pipe. It worked. It's still working as we speak. We have no problems with it. So we got our water hooked up. Everything is ran. The horses is fine. We're living. And the next thing I want to talk about is we moved out of here with no electricity. Can you imagine living somewhere with no electricity? Woo! Kind of tough, y'all. We were running 2 generators because we didn't want to burn them out. We would run one in the daytime and one at night. And then when it was extremely hot or extremely cold, we ran both generators at the same time. When we had that hard freeze, both generators was running. One was running the heaters, the other was running the RV. Wow. When I tell y'all, it was tough. Only the strong survive, and we survived it. It came to a time where we was tired of being in the RV together and just working and being around each other 24/7. So Bobby and I decided to go look for a small shed that we can convert into my office because I was working at home at the time. So we found me a shed and it was finally getting delivered. But first we had to get some road base put in so we can build us a pad so my she shed could go on top of it. And I know I'm tired of calling it a she shed, y'all. So y'all drop a comment down below and let me know what I should name my she shed. When that time came, it took me to say, Bobby, I'm tired of running the generators. I'm tired of getting gas for the generators. I'm tired of getting gas for our vehicles. We're spending too much money on gas. So we got lights. We called the electric company. We paid about, I think, $2,500 or so, between $2,500 and $3,000 to get one pole and everything to connect the breakers. We got a little spotlight at the top. We were set. We thought, no. You gotta run the electric wire from the pole to your house or to wherever you're trying to run it to. And at the time, we only had my little she shed out here. So we got the yellow wire. I'll insert a clip right here of the wire that we purchased. We bought 250 feet. At the time, it was pretty cheap. I think about $70 maybe for the 250 feet wire. We put a breaker in there and we ran the wire on the ground from the electric box to the RV, and we put a plug on it. So now we are no longer running generators. It is extremely quiet because I was working from home. So working from home and being in the meeting with the generators running, the kids doing their schoolwork with the generators running was extremely loud because it's COVID time too. So all the kids was at home. People were working from home. I was loud. I was the loud one in the background. So be prepared if you're doing this to spend a little bit of money. And when I say a little bit, I'm exaggerating. You're going to be spending a couple of $1,000 at a time because the wire nowadays is quite expensive. It doesn't cost as cheap as it costed years ago. Everything is skyrocketed right now. So you're going to spend quite a bit of money getting your house or your shed to house conversion or your shed to farmhouse conversion completed. That's why it's taking us time. That's why we decided to start documenting our journey, because with you guys watching our videos, subscribing to our YouTube channel, you are helping us complete our journey at a faster stage. Because with us working full time and still having to pay bills and still taking care of our animals, we don't have as much money left over with doing these projects by ourselves. So this is why we incorporated doing YouTube videos so we can start getting extra income that'll help us towards the homestead. All right, y'all, so I'm gonna have to talk a little bit louder because my microphone is dead. We have decided to start clearing the property to get it ready for just whatever, because we were tired of seeing all the trees everywhere and the mesquite growing everywhere. It was just really ugly. So we started clearing the property with a bobcat. We did this ourselves. Went to Smithville, Texas, and we found a smaller shed that we could convert into my office. So I needed electricity, ran from the pole to my shed. So what we ended up doing is going into Home Depot and getting some electric wire so we could wire my shed up and just get it ready so we could start insulating it and putting the drywall up. Once we did that, I started to do mudding and taping. I did not finish the mud and tape in my she shed. That's why I don't quite video in there yet. But I know that's probably something that y'all are interested in seeing. I'll probably have a office tour someday, not sure. When I started doing the drywall and the mudding, we ended up sectioning off a piece of the shed for a bathroom. Once we did that, we started doing the plumbing in the bathroom. We put a sink in there and a stand-up shower and a toilet. So not only do we have the RV to shower and do our business in, we can also shower and do our business in my office as well. And I'm calling the she shed office. Y'all comment down below some names that I can call my she shed, because I'm really getting tired of calling it a she shed, you know? I know some of y'all are like, do y'all have a septic? Where y'all putting y'all waste at? We have an above ground septic right behind my she shed that gets emptied by a professional on a regular. We also have porta potties out here. I know you guys see that. We have that for company. And we have a lot of company over, because that above ground septic tank and the one that we have on the RV gets filled up fast when you have company. So we can control what goes in it when we're at home with just our family, but when we have company, we do prefer our company to use our porta potties. That's why they are by my shed, that's why they're by the horses, and that's why we have them by the RV as well. So I know that was something that probably some of y'all want to ask, but y'all just haven't asked. But there you go. Got the opportunity on getting a 16 by 50 larger shed that we're going to convert into our farmhouse. So that was a few years later, so we had to again contact the guy that delivered our road base. We had to build another pad for our home that was going to be delivered and buy more bricks from Home Depot. Also, we had to get electric wire because we were going to be needing electric wire in the house, because it's a house, right? Around this time, the electric wire has went through the roof. We had to buy breakers, we had to buy the breaker box for the house, and we had to also buy the thick wire to run under the ground in the electric pipe to come to our home. So talk about ching ching, a little bit pricey. So the electric wire ended up being maybe $1,300 or more. I don't remember exactly, but it ended up being about a little over $1,000 to get it started. Then we had to buy electric wire again, because we're going to eventually build out on the house to make our rooms, to make our master bathroom, and to make our kitchen. So once we got the house delivered, we got the electricity ran, it was time to start putting the insulation in there, because there was times that we wanted to sit in there just to get away from everybody. Like, people, we need our own space sometimes. If y'all don't understand that, I don't know. When you have kids, you want to get away from your kids. Sometimes your kids want to get away from their siblings. We just needed space. So we started putting insulation in the house. We started insulating the walls first, and then we went to the ceiling. We ended up putting ceiling fans in, and also we are just now starting the drywall. We have not did any mudding and taping yet. We're trying to get at least the room finished before we start doing the mudding and taping, and so forth and so on. We have paused working in the house because we're trying to get my garden set. I am ready to start back working in the house so we can get this thing on the road. So what you see now is pretty much where we are at. We are trying to get back on building our house so we can get in there. This has been a long time coming, y'all. We've been out here about 5 years and it's time. We really didn't start moving as fast as we're moving now. So I think if we would have been in the same mind frame as we are in now, we would have been further along on our process. And it's just time to get things done. So like I said, with your help, watching our videos, subscribing to our channel, hitting that bell to be notified when we drop a video, sharing this video with friends, family members, strangers, whoever, co-workers that are interested in the same thing that we're doing helps our channel out. We really appreciate y'all that have been watching our videos and our subscribers. I want to do something special for our subscribers when we hit 5K because y'all have been kicking it with us for a long time, and this journey is not for the weak. So I want to thank y'all again for taking the time out to watch our videos, and we're going to end it right here. If y'all have any questions, drop them down below. Also, if you want to see something that we are currently not showing on our channel, let us know, because we might not have that on our mind to show y'all, and that might be something that you all want to see. So again, just comment down below what y'all want to see, what you like, things that we could change, just anything. We love reading our comments, and really they motivate us. So keep doing what you're doing, and we'll keep doing what we're doing. So see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.